We're heading towards solving systems of 3x3s, 3-variable 3 equations by using Cramer's rule. So we're going to learn to evaluate the determinant of a 3x3 matrix. And it's a lot more involved than a 2x2, so don't just kind of try to do it without taking a look. You're going to have some things that you're going to have to write over again. You're going to make sure you have to start in the right spot and remember where you need to multiply, where you need to add, where you need to subtract. So there we have a matrix, and it's 3x3. So we're going to find its determinant. Before we do that evaluation, we're going to rewrite it, repeating the first two columns. And I always have people that try to get away with not writing this, and it never works out well. So take this couple seconds and write the first column over again. Make sure you can read your writing. And the second column over again. I'm going to tell you, I've done this once already today, and I dropped a negative, so I'm starting over. So I'm looking at my original. I'm reading the rows, negative, positive, negative, positive, 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 negative, positive. Okay. So just like before, we're going to start in the top left and multiply down, but this time we have 3 numbers and we're going to have to multiply down 3 times. That's why we added those extra columns at the end. So we're going to multiply down like that. And I have people using highlighters on the test and everything. That's fine. And if you end up using a calculator on some of these, that's okay. Remember, on a test, you're going to have to do it without. So I would at least recommend practicing some without. You know, don't always use a calculator. But if we're doing some, if I give you some application problems where some of these get big, then, you know, use a calculator. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 7, negative 7, times 2 times 6, and we're going to add 4 times negative 4 times negative 10, and then we're going to add 5 times 1 times 1. So just to make sure we're good, that's the pink, that's the green, that's the blue, and when I do that, I get negative 84 plus 160 plus 5. And if I do that math, I get 76 plus 5, I get 81. And then I'm going to subtract what I get going the other way. So now I'm going to go back to my problem. I'm going to go from the bottom up, just like I did before. But I have to do 3 times. So I'm going to go back and do negative 10 times 2 times 5 plus 1 times negative 4 times negative 7 plus 6 times 1 times 4. So again, pink, green, blue. Double check everything matches. All my signs are good. You know what? This times looks like a negative, so I'm going to improve it. There we go. Doesn't look like a negative anymore. So we got negative 100 plus 28 plus 24. And again, addition I can do in whatever order makes sense to me. So I see 52 easier than I see negative 100 plus 28, and now I see negative 48 except I don't want to write it there. I'm going to write it over here, negative 48. All right, so I have 81 minus negative 48. I have 129. So be really careful with your signs. Again, there's examples in your book. I'm not going to do another example. I'll probably put another link up on to something else up on YouTube. But I highly recommend the colors if you get lost like I do. The most successful people I've seen moving forward are the ones that just keep doing that whenever they see these. So recap, what do I write again? Those first two columns. You can't pick any two columns. It has to be the first two columns. Does it matter where I start? Yeah, the biggest mistake I see people do is starting at the bottom left, and then you're always going to have the wrong sign. So you have to start at the top left, have to add between each of those things, each of those products, and then subtract between those two, the two numbers, the top down and the bottom up numbers.